What is up everyone, it's your bro back with another video, and in this video we're gonna be talking about the huge upcoming changes to Confluence navigation. This is from the RFC 59, and it was as part of the evolution. It says the Confluence will be updating its navigation to ensure consistency, and they're actually, like they said, almost that it's like a copy paste version of the announced Jira changes, but of course with some of the exceptions. So you're gonna see what do I mean by this. There we go. This is the first picture. I don't know how much you can actually see it from here, but the main idea. So the main idea is, let me just quickly zoom this in. All right, so the main idea, as you saw, that the top bar, it's basically pretty much the same like what it was announced. That is, it going to be the changes of the navigation in Jira as well. But as you can see, the create button with a plus is in here, and now there's even going to be a button for a chat. That is going to be really interesting. This chat option especially. So on the left side, on this sidebar, what you're actually going to have is the product and global navigation. So it's going to be home, it's going to be the recent, start, and here is where you're going to have all of your spaces located. And this is also where you're going to have the apps options. So this is like one section, and the another section is this space navigation here. And within this space navigation right here, you're going to have apps in here as well. So apps are going to be showing in here, and apps are going to be shown in here as well. I wonder why. But let's go to the space navigation right here, and as you can see, for the content, how is it going to look like? As many of you know, we have introduced the folders from the Atlassian. So basically there's going to be a structure in here, which is the main goal. So what do we have in here so far? So it's like the simplified top bar. So it's in with the goal to declutter the top navigation and to put focus on things like search and create. Yeah, that's right. I can actually agree to this, because there are a lot of stuff that actually, well, Atlassian should get rid of when it comes to the top navigation, of course. Then we have relocated product and global navigation. We have things like recent, spaces, start, and apps. They're going to be listed in the sidebar, as you saw. Additional things like, and these are the lesser used items, right? So in here it says templates, themes, drafts, and tasks will appear beneath the show more menu. That's great, because from here you can actually see that Atlassian was doing their homework, and that is like doing the analysis of like what users are using the most in here, and even maybe conducting some of the customer interviews. So this is actually pretty good. Then we have a customizable sidebar. This is actually interesting as well, because in Jira you also have that customizable sidebar where you can, well, choose which things are going to appear, which are not going to appear. So for example, if you use tasks heavily but you do not use start, you can add tasks to the primary navigation while hiding start beneath the show of more menu. So that is another interesting thing. And as you can see, simplified navigation, start the space. You also have the watch space, space settings, permissions. So this is actually pretty interesting because now permissions are gonna have its own file, because you would have to go for space settings, and within the space settings you would have to go with the space details, and then with the permissions for the users, for the global, for the anonymous access. So a lot of unnecessary clutter that is in here. With this solution right here, this indeed creates more things. For this content manager, that is going to be interesting, and for the analytics, that is going to be interesting as well. So there is another thing that says space mission control. So as you all remember, now we have the mission control, and as you can see how it looks now. So yeah, this is how it looks now, and this is how it look later. Okay, and show and hide apps. So these are the things. So this is like what you can hide from sidebar that will be in the show more menu. Alright, so it's gonna be much more simplified. Some might say that it's going to be minimalistic, which is pretty good. So there is like popular apps section is removed. Popular apps section is a simple hard-coded list of 5 apps. So we think the user experience could and should be improved, and we will iterate it in the future. So you also have manage apps for admins. Go to apps and manage your apps to access this feature. So this is how is it going to look like. So from the apps you're gonna have 3 dots, and in here it's gonna show manage apps, and you're going to see the view apps requests. As you can see how this actually looks for the analytics, and the new sidebar presented while using global modules. Users can collapse the sidebar if they prefer to do so. Space modules, and as you can see how it actually works. We all know this, that's why I'm passing this really fast. So it looks like this, right? And this is how it's going to be the new one. This is how it's going to look like. So if a user is viewing a space module, then the apps menu will expand in the sidebar. So it says the space module is collapsed by default to match the behavior of the rest of the expandable items in the new navigation. So it's like rough timeline in here. So this is going to be, let's say, a quarter, the 4th quarter, which is October to December. So this is the early access program for new navigation begins. And then you have early quarter 1st of the 2025. This is from January to March. This is when the beta will start, and the late quarter of 1st quarter of 2025, January, March, or early 2nd quarter, which is April to June. This is a general availability for the rollout start. And basically that is it. This is the rough estimate that we have, and all we can do is, of course, be patient and wait for this feature to be released. Alright, that is everything for today's video. Hope you guys to see you in the next one. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Bye bye.